So starting with the general physical examination first. So in general physical examination, GPE, the most common sign is like a patient has a chest pain and patient will put the fist or a palm on the retrosternum to indicate a diffuse location of the pain. Diffuse location of the pain. So that sign is known as patient is holding the fist against the retrosternum, is known by the name of Levine sign. Levine sign. Levine sign is holding the fist against the retrosternum. Holding the fist against retrosternum. Now, other sign which can be seen as a general physical, pallor can be present. And the reason for the pallor, it could be because of due to shock, that there is a peripheral hypoperfusion. So the cause can be shock, or it could be because of anemia. Remember, anemia can also lead to myocardial infarction that we will discuss later on. The types of MI, it is a type 2 MI, which is because of the anemia. So pallor is due to shock or anemia. Patient can have cyanosis. Again, it will suggest a central cyanosis due to pulmonary edema. Pulmonary edema. Now, coming to the pulse. Now, pulse will be very helpful in determining the wall of the myocardial infarction. Wall of the myocardial infarction with reasoning. So, pulse, it can be a bradycardia. And bradycardia is especially seen in cases of inferior wall MI. Inferior wall MI. There are two reasons for the bradycardia to be seen in cases of inferior wall MI. One is because of the same coronary artery blood supply. Inferior wall is supplied by right coronary artery, and SA node is also supplied by right coronary artery. So SA node can be damaged. So this is because of the SA node damage, as SA node is supplied by right coronary artery, and also because of the stimulation of vagal discharge. Vagal discharge. While there can be a tachycardia, and tachycardia is seen in typically anterior wall MI. Anterior wall MI. The reason being because of the anterior wall MI, the nearby sympathetic fibers are stimulated. So this is due to the stimulation of nearby sympathetic fibers. That lead to the tachycardia. Also, because of anterior wall MI are associated with shock due to reflex, there is a stimulation of sympathetic activity. And why this pulse is important? One more reason, if tachycardia is present, this could be your MCQ for NEET SS exams also. Tachycardia is associated with increased risk of fatal complications. Fatal complications. Now, the blood pressure. So, blood pressure in most cases of the myocardial infarction remains normal. So, most of the case, the blood pressure is normal, or it can be reduced. And why it is reduced? Very simple. It is reduced because of the shock, or because of the mainly infarction due to right ventricle MI. So it is reduced due to a shock, or it can be reduced because of right ventricle MI. Because of the right ventricle failure, the cardiac output will be reduced, the BP can fall. BP can fall. Now, coming to the general physical examination JVP. So JVP basically reflect the right atrial pressures. So when will the right atrial pressure will be increased? When there is a right ventricle MI. So JVP is overall increased, and it will suggest if it is increased, so it will be in right ventricle MI, because right ventricle MI cause right ventricle failure and the pressure will go to the right atria. It will be increased. Now, there is a sign in the JVP which is known as Kussmaul sign. Kussmaul sign, positive. So Kussmaul sign is basically a raised JVP during inspiratory phase, and the cause for that is a decrease right atrial compliance. Right atrial compliance is decrease in right ventricle failure. So again, Kussmaul sign is positive. That is also suggestive of a right ventricle MI causing right ventricle failure. Right ventricle failure. While in the JVP, due to the right ventricle MI, there can be a papillary muscle necrosis of tricuspid valve. Tricuspid regurgitation can occur, and there will be CV waves, large CV waves, if tricuspid regurgitation occur due to papillary muscle rupture of the right ventricle. In the right ventricle, again because of the right ventricle MI. So this right ventricle MI is important, and that lead to the typical signs of the JVP. Now coming to the other systemic examination first before going to the cardiovascular system. So if we look at the respiratory system. So in the respiratory system, there will be increased respiratory rate. That is because of the pulmonary edema, basically due to the heart failure. Increased respiratory rate. Indeed, if the respiratory rate is again an important question. If respiratory rate is more than 20, so it is associated with mortality risk, high risk of mortality or high risk of complications, poor prognosis, respiratory rate more than 20. And when we auscultate, there will be crepitations positive because of pulmonary edema, and these crepitation is the basis of, this is the basis of clip class, clip class for MI prognosis. For the MI prognosis. So that we will be discussing later on when we'll do this prognostic factors in the myocardial infarction. Then the cardiovascular system examination, CVS. So in the cardiovascular system examination, apex beat. So the apex beat will be because of poor ventricle contraction, it will be diffuse. Reason, because of ventricle, left ventricle systolic failure. The apex become diffuse due to left ventricle contractions are weak. Diffuse means the area of palpation is more than 2.5 centimeter square. Area of palpation. Now, the other important cardiovascular signs are the heart sounds. So, heart sound S1. So, S1 we all know is due to the closure of AV valve, and that AV valve is closed by ventricle contractions. So if ventricle contractions are weak, it will become soft. So S1 is typically soft. First reason is it is due to weak ventricle contraction. Weak ventricle contraction. And second cause of a soft S1 is so you have to know the mechanism of the S1. S1 is due to striking of the AV valve due to the ventricle contraction. So what happened before the ventricle contraction? Atrial impulse, electrical impulse is going to the ventricle for its depolarization, and at the same time ventricles are filling with the blood. So what will happen if PR interval is increased? The electrical activity reaches the ventricle late or with a delay. So what will happen? The blood will fill the ventricle more and more. Automatically these AV valve will be pushed towards the closed position, and when ventricle depolarize and contract, these leaflet will strike from a short distance, so sound will be soft. So the second reason is it is due to a prolonged PR interval. Why prolonged PR interval occur in MI? Due to the AV node infarction. So these are the two reasons for S1 to be soft. Now come to the S2. So S2 is basically the heart sound, which is due to closure of the semilunar valve as soon as their ventricle have done the ejection. So the normal S2 split is like this. First aortic valve close because left ventricle does its ejection earlier than the right ventricle. So A2 comes first, followed by P2. So what will happen if particular wall MI is present? So if there is left ventricle failure due to LVMI, so what will happen? Ejection time of left ventricle will increase. Ejection time of the left ventricle will increase, and the A2 will be late. So A2 will come beyond P2. So if LV failure occurred due to LVMI, so there will be a late A2, and that will make it a very important sign, a reverse S2 split. Reverse S2 split is there. Mohit, we have just started with the topic of ST elevation MI, and we are doing the clinical signs of the ST elevation MI. Before this, we have discussed the symptomatology of the myocardial infarction and their mechanisms, and now we are doing the signs. And in the signs, we have reached till the cardiovascular signs of myocardial infarction and their reasons. So other way around, if it is a right ventricle failure due to RVMI, there will be a late P2. Late P2. So late P2 means ki the split will become wide. So it is a wide S2 split. Wide S2 split. Now coming to S3 sound. So what is S3 sound? S3 sound is basically increase blood in the ventricles during passive filling phase. Increase blood. So why there will be S3 positive? Because of the increased blood due to ventricle failure. Ventricle is not able to eject the blood out properly. So blood retention occur, and that lead to the S3. So S3 can be either right ventricle S3 or left ventricle depending on the side of the ventricle failure. So it is because of due to ventricle failure ventricle systolic failure. And ventricle systolic failure means contraction defect. When it occur, remember, the systolic failure occur when infarction area or necrosed area infarction is more than 40%. So that means ki if S3 is present, if S3 is present due to a systolic failure, it indicate a poor prognosis. And indeed, S3 is also included in the CLIP class of MI. CLIP class is a prognostic class of the MI that is included S3. So it indicate a poor prognosis. Reason is simple, because it indicate a infarction area is large. It is more than 40% of area of the ventricle, a particular ventricle. The second reason for the S3, it can also be because of the mechanical complication of the MI. And the mechanical complication of the MI can be mitral regurgitation, and mitral regurgitation is due to papillary muscle rupture. Papillary muscle rupture. So MR, all of us know this, we have done in the earlier valvular heart disease class ki MR is associated with S3 of left ventricle side. Similarly, VSD also causes the S3. VSD also causes the S3, and indeed in both the condition the S3 is of left ventricle side, is of the left ventricle side. So why left ventricle side? You will be wondering that the VSD is left ventricle, blood is going into the right ventricle. But remember, the pulmonary valve is open. The blood goes in the systole through the septal defect and through pulmonary artery. Pulmonary valve is open, so right ventricle is a open space during the systole. So whatever extra blood is going, that blood will come. So this is a blood which is coming through the pulmonary artery, and then more blood will reach the left atria, and left atria will receive more blood in systole. So what will happen in diastole? This valve will open and more blood will go to the left ventricle side from the left atria in diastole. So diastolic blood filling of left ventricle is increased. Hence LVS3. Hence LVS3 is present here. While coming to the S4. S4. So S4 is basically, the reason for the S4 is it is due to atrial contractions against stiff ventricle. So when atria contract and ventricle is stiff, it will vibrate, and that produces the S4. That produces the S4. So S4 is very common in MI. Why it is common in MI? Because the ventricles are stiff. So due to ventricle relaxation is reduced. Relaxation is reduced means ventricle is stiff. But why ventricle relaxation is reduced? This is because of a decreased ATP due to loss of blood supply. ATP is needed for relaxation of the myocytes. So low ATP, low relaxation of the ventricle, and ventricle becomes stiff. So it is very common indeed. S4 is more common than S3 in any case of MI, in any case of myocardial infarction. So this is the reason for S4 being present in cases of the MI, due to decreased ventricle relaxation, due to the low ATP. Now coming to the murmurs. present in the myocardial infarction, and these murmur are due to mechanical complications only. So these murmurs are, we can see these murmur. So these murmur are due to mechanical complications of MI, which we will be discussing later on also. Mechanical complications. So these mechanical complications are septal rupture, that is interventricular septal rupture. It could be a left ventricle papillary muscle rupture, or it could be a right ventricle papillary muscle rupture. So what they will lead to? Septal interventricular septal rupture will lead to, it will lead to ventricle septal defect. So it will produce a ventricle septal defect, produce a pansystolic murmur. Pansystolic murmur. It will be on the, it will be pansystolic murmur will be usually on the lower sternal margin, lower sternal margin. So pansystolic murmur at left lower parasternal area, left lower parasternal area. Now left ventricle papillary muscle rupture, it will lead to mitral regurgitation. MR will be there. This is a acute MR, and acute MR produces early systolic murmur. Early systolic murmur. Where it will be heard? It will be heard at the apex. While right ventricle papillary muscle rupture, it will produce TR, acute TR, and the murmur will be early systolic murmur. But the area will be left lower parasternal area, that is a tricuspid area. Tricuspid area. So these are the types of the murmur which can be present in cases of myocardial infarction. Now come to the rub or addition sounds. So we find a pericardial rub. Pericardial rub in myocardial infarction. So the reason for the pericardial rub is the presence of pericarditis. So this is due to acute pericarditis. Acute pericarditis. Why acute pericarditis? Because the inflammation spread from transmural area to the pericardium. So it is a local spread of the inflammation. MI is a type of a inflammation, and this pericardial rub is the peak where it is heard. The peak duration is second and third day of MI. Pericardial rub due to acute pericarditis. So these are the clinical features of myocardial infarction, that is the symptoms and signs.